D, just one letter. But it echoed louder than any name, any title, any throne. Worn like a scar across generations, the initial D had survived every purge, every cleansing flame the world government threw at it. It appeared in the names of pirates, kings, Scholarshaven, a clown, Monkey D. Luffy, Gall D. Roger, Trafalgar, D. Waterlaw. They were not a bloodline. They were a promise. The will of D was the torch passed in the dark, not from parent to child, but from rebel to dreamer. Those who carried the D defied fate. They smiled in death's face. They cried when others laughed, and laughed when others cried. They did not seek destruction, but neither did they fear it. Each one was a spark, waiting for the storm. Gall D. Roger discovered the truth. At Laugh Tale, the final island, he read the story etched by the ancients. He saw the war, the betrayal, the fall of the great kingdom. He learned about Joy Boy's failure and smiled, but he was too early. Roger didn't possess the power to change the world. Not yet. He lacked the allies, the technology, the tides. So he left the truth behind, to keep it hidden, but to let it ripen. He knew someone else would rise, someone who could bear the weight of the world and laugh while doing it. And now at last that time has come. The red line, towering, impenetrable, unnatural. Built as a wall, but it was more than that. It was a seal. Within its core lies a prison unlike any other. Mary Geoise's Holy Land is built upon a labyrinth of ancient chambers, lost to the world. One of them, it's said, holds the original poneglyph, not a message, but a warning. Another chamber contains the preserved corpse of a celestial beast, an ancient god slain by Joy Boy himself. But the deepest layer beneath even the dungeons of the world nobles is where the darkness sleeps. There lies a giant egg. Roger saw it. He couldn't open it. Some theorize it's a time-locked creation, the final living remnant of the ancient kingdom's last weapon. Others believe it's the true Uranus, a living entity, a skyborn creature capable of reshaping oceans. A dragon, perhaps, or something beyond even that. It is sealed not just by stone, but by bloodlines. 20 keys, one for each of the original kings, hidden across the world in their descendants. The celestial dragons themselves are unknowingly the wardens of the apocalypse. If the egg hatches, the world as they know it ends. But that's exactly what Joy Boy intended. It begins not with cannon fire, but with whispers. Straw Hat Luffy, a Yonko, has set his eyes on the final island. Blackbeard lurks in the shadows, hungering not just for the One Piece, but for legacy. The Revolutionary Army, led by Dragon Luffy's father, and perhaps the last survivor of the original D-Scholar strikes, at the heart of the system. Meanwhile, Shanks, the red-haired enigma, stands at the crossroads. He knows the truth. He's seen what the world will become. Will he aid Joy Boy or stop him? Elbaf will burn. Wano will rise. The seas will split as ancient weapons awaken. The red line will tremble not from outside, but from within. And when it cracks, when Marijua crumbles, the truth will pour out like blood from an old wound. For centuries, people believed the One Piece was gold. Power, a treasure buried by a pirate. But what if the One Piece was never a thing? What if it was a state of the world? One Piece, a planet no longer divided by a giant wall, no longer choked by fake borders, controlled oceans, and racial segregation. A world reunited into one Sitha all blue reborn. Grand Line and the Blues joined. Fishmen walking the surface, Skypeans descending, the ancient races returning, and the world singing again with laughter. That is what Joy Boy tried to give them. That is what Luffy now fights for, and that is what Emu fears more than death. Because the fall of the Red Line is not the end of the world. It is the start of the real one.